We've already discussed the featured models at the top of the user interface. And as previously mentioned, when we click on one of the models, we are greeted by a whole host of information. But it's worth me noting in this lesson, you can follow a particular model. You have the resolution of the model, which is generally the recommended settings. And then you also have the strength of the model. Now, the strength relates to how much of this model will influence the prompt that you may use. Back on the user interface of Leonardo AI, we also have beneath the featured models, recent creations. So these are the creations that are occurring throughout the creative community within Leonardo. And it's a great place to get images for inspiration, prompt details. Just by clicking on the image, you'll be able to find the entire prompt. You can copy the prompt. You can image to image, which is something we will discuss as we move forward in our lessons. And then of course, something you should be familiar with already, which is we can remix the prompt. Within the recent creations, towards the top right hand side, we can see we are currently looking at the trending creations. We can look at new creations, and of course we can look at the top creations. You can go ahead and move this slider bar to change the size of the images you're looking at. And then usually towards the top left hand side, we can search a particular creation we might be interested in to see if any of the community already has created a model that we can use. Now, at the time of recording this video, I have been speaking to the team at Leonardo AI. The search is currently disabled because they're pushing some updates. As we all know, and I've said numerous times throughout all of my AI lessons, AI is traveling at such a fast speed in terms of machine learning, and as a wholesome community, updates are occurring all the time, and it's super interesting to see what further diffusion abilities are revealed. Anyway, towards the left hand side of the user interface, we have our community feed, which essentially is a full size screen of the recent creations. It's worth noting, if we hover over any of these creations, we can see a heart button, which I can go ahead and click and mark as a favorite. And whilst I'm here, I'll also go ahead and follow a particular model. Let's follow this one, click off. And then if I click onto my personal feed on the left hand side, we can see that we've got your generations. So any images that I've created within Leonardo AI. I've got followers feed, whereby the model that I just followed, all the creations relating to that user who has created the model are available for me to look at. And then I've also got liked feed, which as you previously seen is an image that I've liked. And this is perhaps a great way to build up a library of images that you've seen whilst browsing through Leonardo AI for inspiration later on. Underneath your personal feed, you have training and data sets. So this involves creating your own model. Underneath that, we have fine-tuned models, whereby we can discover the platform models, so models that have been created by the Leonardo AI team, community models, where different people within the Leonardo community are sharing models for you to use. Your models, we've not created any as of yet. And then of course, any favorite models that we may have selected. Beneath this, we have the user tools, AI image generation. If I go ahead and click this, this will take me to the prompt generation tool. So this is where we go about prompting our images using different settings, which we'll go into later, and different models. I'm just going to go ahead and hit back at the top here. And then we have AI canvas. If I click this, this is very similar to outpainting, something you should all be familiar with if you've gone through the DALL-E 2 mastery lessons. Again, something else that we will explore. For now, I'll go ahead and exit the editor. And then beneath this, we have a new feature called texture generation, which is related to asset models and creating 3D textures. A bit more of the advanced stuff, and we'll see if we'll explore this within these lessons. And then finally, you have your settings and your FAQs. Feel free to go through the FAQs. You can pick up some little cool tips and tricks. However, I've got you covered. So there's the user interface for Leonardo AI. Yes, it looks complicated, but in fact, it genuinely is quite simple.